What is up, people? Clink here. I'm coming to you today with my actual favorite deck so far. My Galaxy Eyes Divine Dragon. My Galaxy Eyes Divine Dragon deck. Pretty fun. Got a little photons in it, so let me know what you think. So to start off, 3 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons because that's your main beater. Uses effects. You can use this effect when your opponent wants to activate Mirror Force. I banish it instead. So I use him for your other cards, so it's pretty cool bullshit. I run 1 Cloud Dragon because, well, Cloud Dragon's pretty bullshit to begin with, so just use it for that. 2 Galaxy Knights because why not? It's just a summoner. I use it for its summoning thing, that's about it. I run 2 Kaisers, 2 Photon Kaisers, just because I'm gonna be a dick about it. Okay, so I need my little bit of photons in there, so. Then I run 2 Paladins, because Paladin Felgrand is really great. Equipment from the graveyard, equipment from your deck. And then equip him, tribute him, bring out your equip card. That's what I do with him. 2 Guardians, because you equip Galaxy Eyes with him. If you don't equip Galaxy Eyes with him, he's not much of a beater anymore. He's only 500 originally, so you give him like 15, he's 2,000. That's pretty good. I run 2 Dragon Knights of the Creation because it sends them to the graveyard, gets their effects to go off. It's just some, if I use him real quick, I'll destroy your monster. I'll just use his effect immediately. That's all I do with him because he's pretty. Other than that, he's pretty useless. Turning to level 8 during the opponent's turn just for Archwave's effect. 1 Honest, because honestly, every card in this deck, except for maybe 1, is a light type monster. 2 Archwaves because of their effects. I run 2 Felgrands because I like their effect. Their effect when he's special summoned from the graveyard, and that's the only way he can be special summoned. You target a 1 monster and he gains 200 times the level, so I target my level 8s. 2 Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand. And it's special summoned from the graveyard, banish 1 monster your opponent control, or they control or in the graveyard. And it gains the attack and defense of the banished monsters times 100 of its level or rank. So it's pretty useful. It gets rid of, if your opponent has a big beater on the field, get rid of it. I run 3 Assault Wyverns. These came out in the movie pack. I originally thought these were going to be absolutely useless until I realized, guess what? My opponent has, if this is late in the game, my opponent has a weak monster on the field that I can destroy. I will do it because when I destroy it, I tribute this monster, special summon 1 dragon from my graveyard. So it can be a game changer if it hits. I run 2 Summoner Monks because the extra deck does have level 4s in it, and sometimes I need to get those level 4s out, those rank 4s out real quick, and he's just a useful card for that. Now on to the traps. 1 Compulse, because I want to send everything back to your hand. 1 Oasis, because it's basically a Call of the Haunted, but for dragons, and it's pretty useful. I love it. I haven't found a reason not to use it yet. Luminize, because monsters are all light, just as I said, and it just makes my monsters really strong and bullshit. 2 Tachyon Transmigrations, because when you have your Galaxy Eyes, oh, my opponent wants to activate Chain of Cards, flip this. Shuffle them all away because I'm like, bullshit, fuck it. Needlebug, just for get the cards in the graveyard. You can get Archwave in there and another high level dragon. This will set you up for a good play. Don't run 2 of them just for the fact that this is a risk. This is a risky card because if you don't get the card you need in there, this will fuck you up pretty bad. And when I say pretty bad, it's really, really bad. We got 1 Call of the Haunted because I don't see a reason of running 2. Most people run only 1, so I just run 1. Just for the fact that it's a useful card. It special summons them, gets their effects rolling. That's about it. Run 3 breakthrough skills because I do like to negate your effects. I don't want you to have all those beautiful effects that you do all the fucking time with that. Pretty useful. 1 Galaxy Expedition because I only have 1 right now. I'm gonna get 2 and a couple other. Once I get the other Galaxy Expedition and Excel Lights, I'm gonna make this deck pretty good. But for the most part, this is a cheaper version of that deck, so I just run 1. 1 Foolish Burial because it's at 1. 1 Galaxy Zero, because if I can't attack with it, I don't really want to keep too many of them on the field, so I'm only going to have 1 of this right now. Maybe later I'll go to 2, and if I get to 2, I must side deck 1, because this is pretty useless as of now. 1 Lightning Vortex, because I don't have a Raigeki. If I would put a Raigeki, but then again, with this card, I have to discard a card, so Archgrave to the graveyard to activate its effect the next turn. It's pretty useful. 2 Dragon Ravines, because this is your field spell for the deck. If you don't use this, your deck is fucked up, it's slow, you're never going to get anything done. I run 2 Photon Sanctuaries because I use them for Tribute Fodder, and if you use them for something else other than that, tell me about it, because I've never seen anybody else use these for anything other than Tribute Fodder. 2 Return of the Dragon Lords, because it's a special summoner, and then I can banish this from my graveyard, and my dragons aren't destroyed. Love it for that. Love it. 3 Trade-ins, because you have a whole bunch of level 8s, and if you don't get a good draw, and you have this, and you have level 8s in your hand, I don't care what card it is, you should get rid of it immediately. Because if you do, you can get Dragon, and you don't have Dragon Ravine in your hand. Oh, you just sent a high-level monster to the graveyard. Guess what? And you got Dragon's Ravine, discard 1 card from your hand, and activate its effect to send your Archgrave to the graveyard. Next turn, you special summon that card you just sent to the grave. As long as it's a dragon, so. And the final card is Terraforming, because you want to get Ravine into your hand. Now for the fucking extra deck, because everyone wants an extra deck. 2 Hope Harbingers. I just love this card because it stops your spells. So if I have this on the field, and then when you go to destroy a Xyz monster, I target the Xyz monster and it gains its attack. So I love it. I like it. I don't really ever use that effect. I mostly use the equip effect. So the part where it just takes your spells. So 1 Full Armor because it's a pretty expensive card. For the most part. But Full Armor, detach 1, blow up a monster. It's a 4,000 meter too. And if you equip 2 equip materials to it, it becomes material. Tachyon, because Tachyon negates all face-up monster effects. So, you begin the battle phase, you're facing Cosmos. I detach 1 at the beginning of the battle phase. You can't activate your fucking effects now, so suck a dick. That's all I say to them. I won 1 Dark Matter because he's a really high rank. I don't use his effect much, but his effect is useful for this deck. Banish 3 different dragon types with different names from your deck to your graveyard, and then your opponent must banish 3 cards from their deck. So it's pretty useful. It can get your effects off, but it's also a risk as well, because your opponent could be, oh, I needed these things banished so that they can activate an effect as special summon from the banished line. It's some shit like that that will always go down, so you know that. Utopia, because of his effect, that's pretty much it. He's just on rank 4. Utopia Ray, just to overlay again. Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, Neo Galaxy Eyes. It's a beautiful card. I love the artwork of this card. It's one of my favorites. Yeah. Negate everything face out when you use an Xyz. It's Galaxy Eyes is Xyz material. It's just useful. I just love it. Just love this card. But then again, it does require 3 instead of 2, like all the other ones. Kaladamio. I was going to use Galaxon originally, but he needed 2 level 4 photons, so I took him out. I am possibly going to find a way to put more photons in, to make it so that I can use Galaxon, because I do like his effect to just special summon out Galaxy as Photon Dragon, but his effect is still pretty good. I detach both my materials, and I target one, it becomes 0. And its effects are negated, and then when it is destroyed, I just get to draw a card. So it's pretty useful. I like this card. I make my opponent 0, attack it, do 2,000, or if it's destroyed, immediately special summon. Draw another card. Hope it's a good card I can special summon. Aegian, just because I want to get rid of your extra deck. That's legit the main reason some of my friends run this card. Just to get rid of my extra deck. Because I am always have a huge extra deck on my hand because I just love it. But then again, if you get rid of a good card from their extra deck and it's got high attack, it becomes it. So it's pretty useful sometimes. Most of the times. Final card for my extra deck is Lancelot. He's really, really good. I love his effect. And when you inflict battle damage to your opponent, I target one of your face-up monsters you control and destroy it. And I can negate spells and monster effects. So he's really good at when he has materials on. Once you get rid of his materials, he can't attack directly every turn. So it's pretty much useless. So after all of this stuff I showed you, my extra deck, my deck. So you're all going to be surprised that this deck is actually 50 instead of 40. I was trying to get it to be 40, but I couldn't get it there because there's so many cards in here. So leave a comment, review, like, and subscribe if you want. Tell me what you guys want to see next. I'll try and make a deck from it. Until then, peace out.